Terence Crawford has beaten Errol Spence in their latest bout after he managed to stop Errol Spence in the round number 9, and it wasn't the first time that Errol Spence has been stopped during the fight. Errol Spence was being knocked down by Terence Crawford 3 times in the fight, and in this video I would be talking about what points from medical standpoint can we get from this stoppage and whether this fight would have been stopped a little earlier or not. So I am Dr. Harun Elias, and if you are into anatomy and mechanics of sports injuries, and if you want to know the medical science of the sports medicine, consider subscribing to this channel. So Errol Spence has been dropped 3 times by Terence Crawford, and most of the time it was the left hand of Terence Crawford, particularly speaking it was the left hook, and there was once the jab that has resulted in putting Errol Spence on the canvas. However, Errol Spence caught up again and again until the 9th round, where ref has to intervene to stop the fight. And if we can see in this image, we can clearly see it was a perfect left hook from Terence Crawford that has connected with Errol Spence. The energy has been conserved, there has been rotational force behind it, and we can see the bicep and the tricep are being contracted during this motion, and we can also see the deltoid is being contracted. However, a great amount of energy is preserved when these kind of left hooks are being thrown towards the opponent's face, and it is exact the point on somewhere between the chin and the cheek. The chin is called the mandible bone, and the cheek is called the zygomatic bone. It is the point where Terence Crawford has connected Errol Spence with his gloves, and this has resulted in one of the knockouts of Errol Spence. However, there was another knockout in which there was left hand, a sharp left hand, a jab that has resulted in the knockout of Errol Spence. And according to these sharp jabs, the sharper it is, the less time it takes to hit the opponent and come back, there are more chances of knockout during the fight. So in the 9th round, Terence Crawford hits a counter, and after that it was all Terence Crawford. There were rights and lefts, there were jabs, there were crosses, and Errol Spence did not have any answer to it. But the main question is, should this fight be stopped a little earlier in the 9th round? So Errol Spence, who was already in a pretty bad shape, could be prevented from taking any further damage. However, this is the combat sports, and we can talk about it, but the people in there really know what to do. But I really do think this fight could have been stopped a little further when Errol Spence starting dwindling in the round 9 after receiving some hooks from Terence Crawford, but eventually the fight was stopped, and if it was stopped a little earlier, few of the hooks of Terence Crawford could have been saved. So this is it from this video. If you are into mechanics and anatomy of sports injuries, consider subscribing to this channel.